Where sin abounded, grace did much more abound, most definitely does not mean that if you keep sinning, grace will still abound and you will stay saved. Look at it this way: where walking off of a cliff abounded, gravity did much more abound. Shall I continue walking that gravity may abound? God forbid, because gravity abounding resulted in your death. Paul says God forbid because he is placing his emphasis on the fact that you are dead, so how could you possibly go on living in sin? So how could what was already spiritually dead die? The only way spiritual death itself can die is if you baptize by faith your spiritual death into Jesus' spiritual death, thereby destroying your old man, meaning your spiritual death dies. This is the abounding grace. This is why Paul says God forbid, because in the old you being destroyed in the spiritual death of Christ, as he became sin, taking your judgment, the new you came forward in the exact same righteous eternal life of Jesus in his resurrection. Bad grace erases the debt to walk in love and to walk sin-free that the Christian was put into when Jesus, by an act of real grace, erased the sin debt by dying and rising to make us righteous in love like himself. Real grace erases the sin debt. Bad grace erases the debt a Christian has to walk like Jesus. If you are a Christian, the power to stop sin is and is found in stopping the sin. You can't continue to sin while waiting for the power. That would be like an airplane waiting to fly but never powers down the runway. Take a moment and pause the video to read what is on the screen. What Paul is saying is that the spiritually dead guy under the law could not stop sinning and was thus condemned to it. But now you, the born-again person, no longer are under that condemnation if you are walking in the Spirit. Walking, an action word. You must put into motion righteousness because it has already been fulfilled in you by the new birth.